Hello and welcome to Know Exactly Where. In this clip, we're going to see how project managers can share their projects with the teams they belong to and how the team managers can see their workload. We are starting where we left off. So we have the project that we saw earlier with the two people, with the project manager, John Smith and Maria Vargas. Both have accepted and verified their participation in this project. So now if I go to projects. Because this user is John Smith, that is the project manager, I can see that the project allows this member to share the project with the team this person belongs to. So when I click, I can see the implementation team here. That's the team where John Smith belongs to. And if I click it, I can give different levels of access to the team. So I'm sharing this with the team. And in this case, I'm going to give viewer access to that team. So this has been shared. Let me reload. And if I click again, I can see that this has been shared with implementation team. There's a green check there. If there were more than one team, I would see the different teams and the green checks only in those teams that I've shared this project with. And then if I press again, I see what type of access I have granted, and I could be able to revoke it by pressing viewer again. So that's how the project has been shared. And then the team manager within the teams functionality where we're seeing and within the dashboard, team manager is able to see the screen. And when the team manager is going to see the calendar, that is when the person is going to see those projects that have been shared with this team. So in this case, both John Smith and Maria Vargas have some projects. You can see some ones here. It means that this person has tasks to do on this day. The same is true with Maria Vargas here by the end of May. That's when she has some of the tasks. We can drill down different levels. So, John Smith, if I press it, I can see the project itself. That's where all the workload is coming from. I can click again and see the role, and I can click again and actually see the status, in this case, the health of those tasks. Not started, that there are some that are behind plan, some others are on plan or ahead of plan. So that's what I can see. So those are the three levels of drilling down that we can do with each of the members. And we also see that there are three different views. There's the day view that I'm seeing right now. I can go to the week view, which will be the same idea but by week. So I see all the number of tasks, the sum of the tasks that are being performed during the week by each member, and the month view, which is the same by month. So I can see what is the how many tasks are performed on each of the months. So you see everything's green here because there's the thresholds of how many things that happen at the same time, look good or bad, are defined by default if we don't define them. But you can see here my color coding. I'm going to go back to the day view. In the three views, you can have this color coding separate. But here we can see a color coding, and we are able, by default, there's a 3 and a 6, which is the default if we don't say otherwise. But we can change this. So, for example, let's say that having one task for John Smith, it starts to make the view yellow. Let's say that that was the case. And let's say that after three tasks, it starts to be red in the calendar. And the same is going to be true for Maria Vargas. So when I refresh the calendar, all those ones are becoming yellow because that's what I defined in my color coding. My color coding is going to be remembered per user. It's a user preference. So the next time I come back to this screen for the day view, this color coding will apply. If I go to the week view, there's a different color coding applying. So I have to define, if I want to define something different than the defaults are here. If I want to apply something different than 1530 for the week view, or I think it's 60 for the month view, then you will need to change it and it will remember it for you and for this team. So you will define it once per team member and per team if you want to define something different than the default. So those are the color codings, and that's how you can manage the team workload and see who's overworked. And I just want to show you if I create another project from this demo template. So we're going to create a project number 2. It doesn't really matter the name we give it. And we're going to assign, again, we're going to assign the same people and we're going to verify those emails. Okay, so the two of them are verified for this project, which is a new project. And I'm going to create the calendar again starting today as well. So we just wanted to see that those two projects are now counted. So if I go back to the teams, if I go back to the team and I see the team calendar, this project, this new project I created is not going to show. And I wanted to first show you this. You still see all ones and you don't see any twos anymore. So there's no, if I again drill down, there's only one project here. And the reason is that the project has not been shared. So the project manager, in this case, myself, this same user, hasn't shared that project. And that's a purposeful action that needs to happen. So if I go back to the projects, I see project number 2, and there has to be a purposeful sharing of the project with the team so that that shows in the team calendar. It's on purpose that that is the way it works. So if I go back to the implementation team and now I click the team calendar, now yes, that that project is going to be counting. Now I see all these tasks, and if I drill down, you see the two projects being part of the calendar. And the same is true for Maria. So you can see the two projects here, and there is some work here on the right. That's where most things happen for Maria, and that's it. So basically, the same is true. And now, if I just change the color coding and I say that when there's a two, things get nasty or red flagged, when there's two things happening at the same time on the same day, then all those yellows are going to become reds because that's exactly the threshold that I made up. So that's all for this clip. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.